And as the song says, we do always get it right. We are up and running. We are back. We have taken so much extra time. We need another 24 hours to get ready for today for TAC Fortitude. We have done so much homework, and I'm going to bring in the man in the know. He's got the skinny. How are you, buddy?
Homework. Never heard of her. No, I actually did do some homework on Chelsea, so we've got some we got plenty to talk about there.
Well, what we figured we'd do this morning, and when I say we, I basically said, Aaron, this is what we're going to do. And he went, yeah, that's okay.
I'm easy.
We'll cover off some quick championship action, as well as there has already been an FA Cup game this morning. So, yeah, we'll cover off that, and then we'll get stuck into what we really need to know, which is how we're going to beat Chelsea tomorrow in the FA Cup. So, first off, this morning, Oxford travelled away to Preston and have gotten a 3-1 victory.
Yes, that was a big one. Right now, if you look at the table, they are currently out of the relegation zone, and West Brom and Leicester are in. So yeah, very, very interesting at the bottom of the table right now.
100%. And I'll bring that up for you. So Preston, as you can see, right there in the middle of the mire on 49 points. Bye-bye. Definitely can't make the playoffs, in my opinion. Mathematically, they can, but not a chance in the world. When I watched them this morning, they look terrible. And another thing I noticed that game this morning, going to Preston to play at Preston, it's injury watch. That pitch is terrible. Yeah. It is absolutely terrible. But then go to the bottom of the table, like Aaron's talking about. Oxford now on 35 points outside the relegation, 2 wins in a row, and West Brom and Leicester down there looking to see if they can join our old mate Sheffield Wednesday in the relegation.
Yeah.
I don't know who's going to get relegated yet. Well, put it this way. I don't think Oxford's going to get relegated if they keep playing like that.
Yeah, I mean, they've really turned it on here recently. So, good on them. And you look at the teams, above them, Blackburn's been playing much better. Portsmouth have been playing much better. Charlton are, they're good enough. They're going to get enough points, I think, to stay clear of it. It's going to be interesting. I mean, I think it probably does come down to those three. I mean, you never know. Blackburn or Portsmouth could just go on a really bad run, but because they're not that far away. But it's really interesting right now.
Yeah.
Really interesting.
On that point, though, the 2 early games in the championship tomorrow. So by the time we are at kickoff tomorrow for the FA Cup, Blackburn will have played Portsmouth at home. So 19th v 20.
That's right. Yeah, that's a big game too.
So either one of those teams gets a win tomorrow. That goes a long way to avoiding relegation.
Yeah, it does. Yeah,
for
sure. I mean, there's still plenty of games left, but yeah, it's big. You got to beat the teams around you when you're fighting for a play to stay in the league. You've got to beat the teams that are around you.
Especially if Portsmouth win, because they'd go to 42 points, which would put them 7 points clear of Oxford and West Brom, put them 8 points clear of Leicester, and 4 points clear of Blackburn. So, I mean, Blackburn win, obviously, they're only on 38, so they'd go to 41. But, yeah, also, though, in the early game tomorrow, Hull at home to Millwall.
That's also a big game. That's more of a big game for us. And I'm actually curious to get your thoughts on it, because I don't know which way I want it to go. I imagine a draw probably works the best for us, keep them both close to us. But
mathematically, I want the draw. I want to drag as many teams as possible down towards that playoff battle, making the playoffs.
Yeah.
So that's ideally what I'd want mathematically. The other option for me is probably Millwall winning and then Hull in touching distance of us, because our next game is at home to Hull.
Right. Yeah.
And then if we could beat Hull at home, we would move ahead of them on the table, tied on 60 points, but with a better for and against. So my preference in order is a draw followed by a Millwall win.
Yeah, I think that's probably fair.
Now,
I kind of agree with that.
also, all the other games tomorrow will be finished by the time we kick off. So Sheffield United at home to West Brom, Charlton at home to Birmingham. Interesting game, in my opinion.
Mhm.
Derby at home to Sheffield Wednesday. And also, when we go back down to that relegation battle, Ipswich at home to Leicester.
Yeah, doesn't look good for Leicester.
Yeah.
I'm starting to. I'll tell you what. I think it was it yesterday or basically, I don't know. Their manager came out and I thought he kind of went hard on the on the team a little bit, and I thought I don't know if that's what they need right now. What I mean?
Yeah.
It's kind of like he's pointing fingers at him, and I'm like, I don't know if that's going to work.
Yep. And then to finish off those games before us, Swansea at home to Stoke, and then Bristol at home to Coventry. Now, yeah, you'd probably go not a lot for us to think about in those games, but I'll tell you what, Coventry go away and take care of Bristol. It just means that's probably another team that it's a bridge too far.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah,
I noticed
yeah.
John is in the chat,
Yeah.
Aaron.
Yeah, I see that. Come join us, John, for free.
I've thrown the link in the Discord for you, John. So if you do want to come and say hello and have a chat, we'll happily bring you in and have this chat. And then to finish off the round is QPR on Sunday at home to Middlesbrough. So again, I think both those last two games of the weekend, Coventry and Middlesbrough away, are going to go away and get the business done.
Yeah, the Coventry one. I think I'm kind of at the point now where I don't. We're not going to win the league. You know what I mean? I think that's too far gone. So I think if Coventry just beat everybody, you know what I mean? I'm happy.
Yep.
Just beat everybody. That'll be fine with me. Other than us.
Look at this guy rubbing it in. Let me grab a beer and I'll hop in. So he wants to get satisfactorily hydrated and come on in.
Let's be honest. He's got the blues right now because the Blues are in the dumps, and they're in the mud. So he's probably been drinking all week, I imagine.
All week. I think it's been all of February. No, no. But yeah, I mean, they got to travel to Charlton, and that's no easy game. Going to play Nathan Jones' team.
Yeah. It's not an easy game. I think I did tip them to get it though. I think maybe I tipped a draw. I can't remember what I tipped, but it was.
What did you do? What did you do, Aaron? You did tip Birmingham to go away and win, which John didn't do, Aaron.
I think they've got quite a bit of quality in that squad. I think they'll be able to take care of Charlton.
The only other person. Oh, sorry. Well, poor Victor he gets the away teams on the sick bed. But also, the only other guy that tipped an away win for Birmingham was Harry all over.
That was AI too.
I don't think
that was a Bigfoot guy. That was Bigfoot. That wasn't AI.
I don't think they can do it.
Yeah, I don't know. I maybe not. But
they could. But yeah, I tipped a draw. We'll see how it goes. Well, look, what have we all been waiting for? FA Cup, first game out of the weekend. Mm-hmm. Liverpool travelled away to Wolverhampton Wanderers in the round of 16 and took some revenge and went out and beat Liverpool and beat Wolves. I think it was 3-1 from. Actually, I did have it on in the background. I was watching both games. They were up 3-0.
I didn't realize that was on today.
Yeah, the Wolves got a late goal, I think, to get it back to 3-1, but it was dead. And to be honest, they Liverpool were all over them.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, they were just too good. Yeah, it was 3-1. They were up 3-0. They could have been up 4 or 5-0, to be honest. But now, FA Cup. We are at home to Chelsea, Aaron.
Chelsea, never heard of her. Never heard of her.
How pumped are you for this game? Chelsea handler.
That's a boy talking about that. There are a lot of Chelseas out there. That was an old one. You're showing your age there.
She's a good comedian.
Yeah.
She's funny.
She is funny. I like Chelsea Handler. But I haven't heard about her. I haven't heard nothing from her for years. It's been a while.
So which Chelsea was I supposed to say if I was
I don't
going to
know.
be?
I don't know now that I say that. Now I can't think of any off the top of my head.
There you go.
I guess you did all right. Good enough. I knew who it was. It worked.
There's Chelsea Clinton, isn't there? Didn't Bill and didn't they
Is
have a
that her
daughter?
daughter?
Chelsea?
Their daughter's name is it Chelsea? That might be.
I think
Yeah, I
so.
think that sounds right. That sounds right.
Well, I
See,
can't
there you're
think of
showing
another
your
Chelsea in my head.
Chelsea. I mean, I went to school with girls named Chelsea. But
That's a whole other show.
Yeah,
That's a whole other show, and Aaron's wife can't watch it.
No, I wasn't ever involved with any girls named Chelsea. I steered clear.
Says he. Well,
Speaking of never heard of her.
Speaking of never heard of her, sipping on a beer. Look at him go.
Come on, the Chelsea.
There you, yeah, I hear you. Hey, you know what? I may not completely disagree with you there.
Me either.
Yeah, I think we got a league we need to be worried about, but it will be interesting to see how we go and what kind of team we put out. If I know Parky, it seems like in the FA Cup he likes to go full strength against the this time. I think he'd be going full strength. Boy, I could make some arguments against that though. Especially right now with our injury issues we've got going. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see who we put out. And it'll be interesting to see who they put out too. I mean, I think they're going to make changes, but I don't think it'll be a weak Chelsea team. Just looking at the team they put out for Hull, that was a pretty strong.
Is there such a thing as a weak Chelsea side?
No, there's really not. No, well, you know what I mean.
I was thinking exactly the same thing, John. I'm thinking their under 15 team probably would give us a fair
maybe. It's fair. But you know what I mean. I think they're going to play quite a few guys that are, they've got guys coming back that are generally starters for them that are just coming back from injury that are starting to see some minutes that I think are probably going to start this game. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. I kind of threw a lineup. It'll be interesting to see what kind of formation they go with because I watched the Aston Villa game, and it was funny because FotMob called it a 4-2-3-1, and I was watching it and I was like, that doesn't look right. And I think it was just a 4-3-3. And then looking at the heat maps, that kind of is what the heat map suggested too. So I wonder if they'll do that again. I think just because they were a little limited on who they could play. They had players out, had one out with a red card, and then injuries. They've got some injuries up front. So I could, I think going to 3 instead of having 4 up front made sense. And they've got enough midfielders to do that. I wonder if they'll do. You'll see what I've come up with, and I think they'll probably do something similar to that against us, but I could be wrong.
Well, do we want to jump straight into it? Let's get into the tactics.
Yeah, I pull it up. Yep, I'll pull it up. Here we go. This is what I've got for lineup. So, we'll start with them. So I think they brought in Jorgensen in goal, which kind of caught people off guard for that game against Villa. And so I didn't think he was bad. I don't know if he was unbelievable, but I think he did fine. Their manager, Liam Rossigna, talked about him today. Said he was happy with the performance. I'd be surprised if you brought him in for one game just to bring your regular number 1 back in for the FA Cup. So I'd say probably stays in. The back 4 will be interesting. So the 2 center backs, I was looking at the whole game. They brought in this young kid who was out on loan, and they just brought him back in January, Sar. And he played against Hull and played really well. And so I could see him slotting back in the back too. And then Tosin, and I'm not even going to try to pronounce his last name because it's a big one. Yeah, no, I'll pass. I'll leave it to you. But everybody can look it up and figure it out for themselves. But I wonder if he's been coming on as a sub, so I could see him getting a full run out against us. I think right back, I think I'm going with Gusto. I just with the players that they have and who's available, and with the game congestion that they got, I think that's a place where they'll probably look to make a change. Generally, I think that's where they like to start. Their captain, James, Reece James, I think generally plays there. Sometimes he plays in defensive mid. He actually played as defensive mid on against Villa, interestingly. But I think they probably give Reece James a break, considering they got PSG next week in the midweek. So I could see Gusto starting there. And then in the midfield, I went with a midfield three. It could change. They may do something different. But I think they go with Santos, Lavia, and Caicedo, which is a really freaking good midfield. It kind of scares me, to be honest. Lavia's coming off an injury, and I think they're looking to get him some minutes. And Rafinha all but said he's starting. He didn't confirm that I don't think he necessarily said he was for sure starting, but he definitely kind of hinted towards Lavia's probably starting this game. Santos is really good. He started him and Caicedo both started, I think, against Villa. I think they probably go with those two if they go with the midfield three. That's just my thoughts on it. I could be wrong. We'll see how it plays out. I think they go with what's that?
I was going to say, what's John think of that lineup? Does he think they'll be going similar, or you haven't looked at it really?
There's a couple of positions I think I agree with what Aaron's saying for the most. I think Reece James plays.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's their captain, and I think he plays. I also think Cole Palmer plays.
See, I thought they'd sit Palmer just because of the PSG game. He
needs minutes though, doesn't he? Because he hasn't played a lot this season.
Okay, yeah. He got what did he get? He got 85 against Villa. So I don't know.
He's only just come back though. He missed pretty much a huge chunk of the season. So I think Neto will play because he was suspended.
He was on a red. Yeah, he was on a red card.
I think it'll probably be Neto and Palmer either side of the lap, or it depends if they still got that Gurhey or whatever his name is.
Yeah, they've not played him at all since Rafinha's came in. He's not featured once, and so I kind of thought about him, but I thought, it's probably if he's not playing him, there's probably something to that because he's not touched the pitch. I don't think since Rafinha's taken over, or at least not that I could tell. I could be wrong.
No, I think you're right. I think it'll probably be Delap. I think if anything, we're more likely to see Gurhey come off. I don't think they'll bring on a Joel Pedro or anything. Or you want to hope they don't.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's exactly. I think he'll be on the bench. I think that was my thought. Was you'll have Pedro, Palmer, James, Hato on the bench. Fofana, I thought he came off injured, but then I think he posted online that it was nothing. So I think he could be picked. So that was why I originally left him out because he came off in like the 79th minute, which he's a defender. He plays in our back too. So he's touch or go. He did start against Hull. So he was one I was kind of touch or go on. So we'll see what's going on there. Of course, they've got Chalaba too. They can play in the back too. I do think, what's his name? Tosin, I think he's a bigger guy if I remember right. Yeah, he's 6'6". He's a big guy. Which, honestly, against us, if we start Kiefer Moore, I think that makes sense. You know what I mean? Have a big guy that can deal with Kiefer. I think that makes a lot of sense. Sean BCFC. Yeah, Sar. They started him against Hull in their cup game, and he played really well. And I was just kind of checking some podcasts that do Chelsea stuff, and I think most of them kind of think he's probably going to start also. So it's just a young kid. I think he's 19. I think they had him out on loan and they brought him back in January. And so I think it's just a young guy they're trying to get some minutes in, see how he does. And I think it's a good game for him to come in and play. So it makes sense. Did I? Let's see. I don't know. Did I have Kakache on the bench? Yeah. No. I don't know. Where is? No, I don't have. Where is Kakache?
No,
What do
you
I have?
haven't got him there. You haven't got him there.
I don't even know where I've got him. Oh, I've got him
Yeah.
hurt. Yeah, I've got him right here. He's in pink. He's hurt. The pink players here are the hurt players. So we've got Kakache, Sheaf, James. I haven't updated Dobson because it sounded like he might possibly be able to play. I feel like it's one that you probably, if he plays, bring him off the bench. I'd almost rather see him not play. You know what I mean? But with him being hurt, I know it's a wrist injury, so it's not the end of the world. But or arm, I guess. I don't know if it's wrist, arm, whatever it was. But
Don't
I
keep. don't-
I did hear Josh sustained the same wrist injury through the week.
wrist, yeah. So
You don't
I-
kick the ball with your wrist, so get one.
right. But also, he doesn't. You don't want him falling down in a game we're losing 3-0 or something. You know what I mean? If it's worth it, maybe you throw him in there if we need him. But I think maybe he's an option off the bench. But that was the only one I wasn't sure about.
You pick Viner in the midfield there.
Yeah, I think I'm going that would be for me, that's how you replace Dobson as Viner. And I also thought about this.
I've got two other choices there, so I'm interested to hear what you say.
Well, I wonder if we do this and go with a 3-man midfield, Viner at the base, and then you pair Windass with Moore up top because those two just work so well together. And, let's be honest, they're probably going to have more of the ball. And so, I mean, I think it just makes more. I don't think we're going to be. I could be wrong. We may go out and do a full press. I don't see us pressing them like we have been some of these other teams because I think they'll carve us up if we do. So I could see us sitting a little deeper, and it would make sense. You just to run really a flat back five, and you're going to be sitting looking like this, and it's probably going to be a 5-4-1 really. And you've got these guys sitting deep and Windass somewhere in here, sitting deep most of the time, and you're going to be soaking up pressure. And, Kiefer just up here running about. So,
do you think you play more?
I think so, just because his hold up play, and I think it gives you because I feel like we're going to go long. We'll play a lot of long ball, and I think that suits Kiefer. He's somebody we can get it out of our half, and he can hold it up.
I asked the question because who's the referee? Is it a Premier League referee?
I had no idea. I haven't even looked.
Because if it's a Premier League referee, I wouldn't start more because every time he jumps for the ball, he'll give away a free kick against Premier League referees.
Okay. Well, Aaron, here's my thoughts on your lineup. There's two different scenarios for Viner in my opinion. If you bring them back to bring it back to its
to normal.
Yep. And there is the possibility, this is the least of the possibilities in my opinion, is that you bring Thomason into your midfield where Viner is, and you put Longman out on the wing.
Yep.
Which makes you pretty weak in your backup for your wing backs, which is why I don't think we'll go that way. My other option is I actually think DKD is a better option than Viner.
Well, DKD didn't play that position.
No, but you bring Rathbone back into that position, you push DKD up.
Yeah, I mean, you could.
Now,
I struggle to say. It'd be tough for me to say yeah on that, just because. Here's where I disagree. Parkey's shown that when he wants to make a change up front, his change is this. He'll bring O'Brien forward and Viner in the back.
Yep.
That's after O'Brien's already played the whole game back here, and before he'll bring in DKD. And so that tells me something. That tells me that I'm not sure he's convinced that DKD works in a game like this. In a game where when we're doing that, we're trying to see games out. We're ahead. We've been ahead when we brought Viner in. And so it's like having an extra defender, obviously. And I think it makes more sense I understand what you're saying, and DKD is definitely he needs minutes. I mean, you want to see him play, and it would be a good game for him. He may start, and that's that. It just depends. I mean, how strong does he want to go? But I
No.
just wonder. I have been kind of worried the fact that when he's made the change to our front three there, he's been bringing O'Brien forward before he'll bring DKD off the bench, and that kind of worries me. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
So
Fair enough. I'll get this. I'll get Steve Barton. Thanks for the $5 super chat. I'll just quickly ask Aaron this question: are you going to Tampa for the Leeds match, Aaron, or not?
won't be in Tampa. I'm looking like we're gonna do Philly. So
Nice.
probably gonna try to do Philly for
It's
some.
always sunny and
Yeah, that's the closest for me. It's the closest drive for me. So
yeah. Well, yeah. So back to this game. Yeah, I will be quite happy to see us not play our strongest side, but that's not the Parky way.
yeah, agree. Oh.
So
He's
who
pushed
knows?
buttons.
Well, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, I don't know what happened. My phone, everything froze on me.
Mm-hmm.
Did I drop out?
No.
Okay, now I'm back. Okay, now I can see it. That was weird. My whole thing went black. Everything went black, and I didn't know what was happening. Scared the crap out of me. Okay. I was touching buttons too. I was literally trying to switch. I was trying to click on this thing so I could look at it. That's funny. Anyway. Yeah. So what were we saying? What were we saying? Sorry.
Well, look, we've gone through what the possibility is of their lineup, of our lineup. I gave my score prediction yesterday on the Footy Tip Show. I tipped a 3-1 win to Chelsea. I'll be interested to hear what you boys think.
Yeah, that's probably pretty close. I think they're probably going to be eyeballing a win. Yeah, I think they're going to want to actually make a run for the cup. You know what I mean? I think they're probably targeting an FA Cup. And they're definitely one of the favorites, you know. They're one of the teams who could definitely do it. So yeah, tough for me to pick a Wrexham win. Can we do it? Yes. I just a lot of things are gonna have to go right. You know what I mean? Because I think when if you talk about the Nottingham Forest game, they started a much weaker side than what Chelsea are going to start. And I mean, I think we basically ran that team off the pitch in the first half. That it's not going to happen like that against Chelsea. You know what I mean? I just don't see. It's going to be a tough fight. If for us, we'll need Okonkwo to be absolutely perfect, and he will have saves to make. Our defense is going to have to be on point, like seriously on point. Which I think is another reason why I'd start Viner, because it kind of gives you an extra defensive minded player that could almost just drop in.
Yep, he froze up there again. He's
He
frozen.
did proper freeze this time.
Yeah. Yep. The algorithm's gone. Nah, you just. Yeah. What do you think, John? While he's frozen up there.
I'll be honest. A lot depends on their starting lineup. I kind of half agree with Aaron. I think they're going to go pretty strong. I think they will earmark the FA Cup, and Rossini will obviously want to win something in his first season as manager of Chelsea.
Mm-hmm.
If they go fairly strong, I do fear that you might get tonked 4 or 5-1. I think you'll get a goal off a set piece or something, but I just look at that wide out wide. I actually think Palmer, but I think you're going to have Neto and Palmer either side, and I don't see how your wing backs and defence cope with that over 90 minutes. I just think it'll be too much. I actually think you might deal with Delap okay, because he's a bit of a physical. I think that might be. I just think the midfield and the width is where I think they will just kill you, to be honest. I think I agree with Sean as well. I wouldn't be surprised to see Enzo play some part in that midfield as well.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it is going to be It's going to be a tough one. If we win it, it'll be a 1-0, 1-1, and we win it in pins, something like that. But I think more likely it's going to be something like you suggested, Kenton, a 3-1 or something. I guess if I had to pick, I'd say I'll go 3-1 also. I'll agree with you. 3-1 sounds about right.
I think if you can, I was going to say, I think if you can get past the first 15 minutes and actually, the crowd will be up and all that, then, hey, who knows? But I just fear if they come out, because the thing is, it's live on the BBC. It's like, there's going to be a whole sort of, the whole Hollywood thing, Wrexham. Chelsea will, they're not going to come and just sort of, play innocent bystanders. They're going to come and want to, they'll want to put on a show themselves, or, it's one of those where you always say it when you play a bigger side, isn't it? Get through the first 15, 20 minutes and you haven't conceded, then you build from there.
Yeah.
You don't want to concede against this side early. That's the key.
Yeah.
No. It's interesting the way the FA and the televisions have decided to run the games too. Arsenal away to Mansfield first, then us versus Chelsea, and then the late game is Newcastle at home to Man City, which the ratings are going to be through the roof.
Yeah, it's gonna be nuts. It's gonna be a good one. People tune in. Probably most of them hoping we get waxed. Everybody we've left in League 2 and League 1 in the National League will be praying for Wrexham to get hammered.
I'm not sure about that. Maybe obviously, like you said, teams that may be a bit annoyed from previous seasons, but I think most football fans all like the underdog, don't they? I think come the game, everyone who is of a championship or lower fan is probably going to sit there and go, I hope you can put one over on Chelsea, because it's the thing, isn't it? Premier League are so much richer and so much better than everyone else. Everyone wants to see one of them fall flat on their face, really.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah, for sure.
Agreed. Yeah, and if they did, what a story it would be. But I'm not going to hold my breath on that one.
Here's my other thing with it. I think if you look at the way things line up, I think the FA Cup, if we were to go through, we play. I think the game is on Easter weekend. In that case, we'd have 2 games that have to be rescheduled, which just piles on the 3 game weeks on top of 3 game weeks, which can really put really make it tough for our run in the championship. So I'm looking for, as far as the league goes, I want us to do well, and I'll be don't get me wrong, I'll be absolutely stoked if we win. I'll be over the moon. But I think, like, if I'm looking at it realistically, I think for our league chances, in making playoffs, I think it really would be better if we went out. So, and I'm sure Parky's going to disagree with that, but it's just, for me, just having to reschedule 2 games, the fact that it moves 2 games, that makes it tough. I mean, because when do you even play them? You know what I mean? But that's my thought.
I hope Super Chimp Love, I hope you're totally wrong, that it will be a beatdown 4-1 turn off at halftime. I don't mind if we lose 4-1. I just want it to be right. I want us to be within a goal at halftime. That's what I want.
Yeah. Keep it close. And we will. We'll try. We'll try. I mean, I'm sure that's the game plan. If we can keep ourselves in it. I know that a lot of people have been talking about when Parky beat Chelsea with Bradford, however many years ago it was. They were down 2-0 at halftime and managed to come back, so who knows? I think that was one of those games where players switched off because it was like, we're cruising 2-0, so you kind of understand how that happens. It was kind of funny listening to Parky tell the story about it, because he was talking about it in his press conference. And he said, we come out fired. We got that first goal. And he said, I looked over at Mourinho, and he's like, you could see it in his eyes. He's like, oh, shit. You know what I mean? Because it was just like he knew the guys had turned off, and he was, he couldn't get them back. So yeah, it was cool hearing Parky tell that story because you could see like that smile on his face. Like you could see how he enjoyed the shit out of that. You know what I mean? He enjoyed the shit out of that one. So hopefully for him he gets another one. But I think it'll be tough. It's gonna be tough for sure.
Oh, well, probably the highlight of Wrexham's history right now would be this game.
Yeah, I mean, I think you could argue the other game, the other one that people always are going to talk about is the Arsenal beating Arsenal in the FA Cup. And I don't remember which round that was in. Somebody in the chat might be able to help us out.
Yeah.
I can't remember what round that was in, but Mickey Thomas hitting a free kick, which it's funny because you hear people talk about it like that was the winner. I don't think that was the winner. I think that was the goal that got them level. And then I can't remember who it was who got the winner in that game, but it was just an amazing free kick. Just if you've seen, you find it on YouTube if you want to see it. It is an awesome free kick to watch. So I think it'll be up there with that, though. You know what I mean? If we can pull it off, it'll be talked about on that level. So it'll be pretty cool. Pretty cool. It's definitely the biggest game we've had since the takeover, no doubt. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I think we covered that pretty well. I think I actually want to congratulate John. Yeah, John, well done. Your team moved up a spot on the ladder today.
Did we? Okay.
Yes, you did. Preston lost 3-1, and they went ahead of them on for and against.
Oh, points. Points. Or goal difference.
Well done today, mate.
Cool. Easy this playoff lot.
You'll be in the playoffs before you know it.
Exactly. Just got to keep not playing.
Just don't play.
So you tipped a loss for you guys this weekend, huh?
Nope.
Oh, you didn't?
He tipped a draw.
Draw. Oh, okay. I thought you said tipped. Yeah. So
no, I said he didn't tip a win.
Okay. Yeah, I misunderstood you. My bad. Kim's got me. Steve Watkins scored in the 84th minute to beat Arsenal. So that was the winner in the Arsenal game.
So yes.
But yeah, so you're thinking a draw, huh? I gave you guys the win. I think you guys will bounce back. You guys got a lot of quality. I think you win that game.
It's a bit of reverse psychology, but it's tipping from a winning position front rather than to. I hope we win. I believe we will win. Equally, I wouldn't be shocked to see it end a draw.
Hang on, Aaron. I hope we win. I believe we will win, but I'm not going to tip us to win.
Yeah.
Head versus heart, huh?
Riddle me that one, Batman. Yeah.
It's why I'm leading the tipping.
Yeah, okay. Oh, you can claim that as well. So yeah, fair play. Yep. Fair play. But interestingly enough, of the other games, literally Bristol at home to Coventry. So you could jump ahead of Bristol. Watford aren't playing. You could jump ahead of Watford. You're not going to jump ahead of Derby. They're going to play Sheffield Wednesday. But yeah, you could move up another 2 spots by the end of the weekend with a win.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I said to you the other day, I sort of don't buy into this. Oh, we're at the playoff hunt. It's all done. It's like we had 3 fixtures against Norwich away, Millwall, and Middlesbrough. I dare anyone in that top 6 to play those games and get maximum points or win 2 out of the 3. They're just tough fixtures. Mm-hmm. We've got a run of fixtures now, 4 games coming up to the international break, where I think we probably need to win 3 of them. To be honest, pressure's on. I don't think we can. I don't think we can afford too many more slip-ups. But it's one of those, isn't it? We've got. I think is it Charlton away, QPR at home, Derby away. I think it is, or something.
I'll tell you in a second. Yeah, QPR at home, and then I am getting it here. Yeah, Sheffield United at home.
Sheffield United at home, and then Derby away. So they're all very winnable games, especially the home games.
The last one's probably the hardest one.
Derby away. Yeah, which they're not great at home. So, and we're not great away either. So, but it's not like going away at Norwich or playing Millwall or playing Middlesbrough, is it? That's the thing. And if we were to win 3 out of those 3, win 3, draw 1, all of a sudden
10
that's
points.
that's 10 points. We'll be right back in it.
Yes, you will.
Maybe.
You'll be closer. You'll be a lot closer.
I think here's where you're gonna run into trouble. Traffic.
Hmm?
Traffic between 6th and you guys, and a lack of games. I think you're gonna run out of games. Even if you went on a good run, because me and Patty went through this on Monday. We would you'd have to have us and Southampton really drop form, and you guys be really, really good to be able to make up because I think we're 8 points currently. Is that right?
Yeah,
that's a lot of points to make up in 11 games. It's
It
going to be
is.
tough. It's really tough.
I don't think you'll win your next 3.
There you go. Okay. There you go. Well,
Thank
see,
you.
but my counter argument to you, though, Aaron, is when you say traffic, they could be in 9th spot after this weekend, and then there's only 3 teams in front of them, which is Derby, Southampton, and Wrexham. And then that traffic conversation goes out of the window. It's just a points conversation.
Yeah.
And I think the other thing you need to factor in is a lot of the top 6 play each other, or a lot of the teams in and around it play each other. So everyone cannot pick up maximum points. People will drop points.
But now I'm going to jump on before Aaron jumps in. Now I'm going to jump on the other side for you, Aaron. And I agree with you. I think it's too many points to make up. And I think they're just going to fall short. And it's not us that I think that they're going to fall short on. I think it's Southampton. So I think Hull's going to have to also drop off for us to get into the playoffs with Southampton.
Yeah, that's going to be the interesting thing is I think it will come down to 2 of the 3, Southampton, us, and Hull.
But then Hull play Millwall tonight. Like Hull play Millwall tomorrow, and it's like, oh my God. It's like, if Hull win that, all of a sudden it's like, another game you hope that they didn't win. And then we got to play them next week. So if Hull won that and beat us, well done, Hull. You deserve to be in the playoffs.
Yeah. It's Southampton the ones that worry me slightly. I won't lie. I do see you guys dropping points. I'm not convinced I see them dropping too many points. If they get if they get their sort of form into gear.
Sorry.
So what are you guys on right now?
Straight red. And he's just sitting back on a Wrexham channel. He's just said, we're not making the playoffs.
Yeah, it's all right. That's okay. What are you guys on right now?
49.
49. Okay, so you need. So if we go, this is where I think it gets tough for you. So if we, out of the next 11, if we win 5 and draw 2, that gives us 17 points. That puts us on 74. So for you guys to get that, you need 25 points from the 11. And that's
I agree.
Unreal run. It's going to be tough. It'll be tough.
I do. I totally agree. But you went winning 5 games
in 11. I see. That's what I think.
John's saying we're not going to. You think we're going to get a draw out of our next 3, John, or all losses?
I think you'll draw a couple of. I looked at the next couple of they're tough fixtures that you've got after the FA Cup. And I think the thing is, if you were to say lose 1, draw 2 of them, for example, your advantage is gone instantly. Not necessarily over us, but over chasing pack as well. And then the pressure's on. Then you've got to win some of those difficult fixtures to get back where you were. Different kind of pressure then.
Home to Hull.
I think here's the thing. This is where I think this is what we've done every year, like since the takeover. We get in the last 12 games and we go on an absolute run. Right now, from the Sheffield United game on Boxing Day, we're on 2.23 points per game right now. We're on absolute fire. Now, granted, we've got injury issues that are popping up right now, and those may come into it. I just can't see it. And maybe we will, but I cannot see us dropping to a 1.5 over the next 11 games. I don't see it happen. I think more realistically, I think we drop off a little, But I think if we drop off to a 1.7 per game, I think we cruise to 6th. I don't think anybody. It'll be Southampton will be the one to give us hell. I think that'll be the one that we'll be fighting with. But I just don't. I can't see us dropping that many points. And I was going through it. There's easily 5 games we can win in there. Easily.
There is. I mean, look, the next 3 games, back to John's point, home to Hull, home to Swansea, away to Watford.
Mm-hmm.
I can see us winning the Swansea game. I can see us winning the whole game, but I can also see us losing it. So, that game can go either way. And all three results are possible there, because there's a reason why Hull's in 5th spot. I think at home against Swansea, I think we will be just too strong. And away to Watford, again, it's a game I can see going in. Any of the 3 results are possible there.
Yeah,
depending on
they're good. They're generally good at home, but they have kind of dropped off lately. So
the way I look at that is you've got Hull, who, like you said, Ken, are rightfully where they are. They're a good side.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, on a normal situation, I would say absolutely you should beat Swansea. It's a derby. Derbies and form and everything goes out the window. Football has proven that over 100+ years. And then Watford away is an absolute horrible fixture to have. Watford at home, completely different matter. Watford away, different gravy.
If we win all 3 games, John should be wearing a Wrexham shirt, and I don't care if he burns it on the barbecue.
Hey, look, if you win the next 3 games, then I would say, you're going to be hard pushed to knock out of that top 6. But that's equally, if you were to say lose 1 and draw 2, I'm not saying Birmingham would overtake you, but you're going to say if that happens,
Southampton will.
Southampton will jump you, and possibly maybe one of the others would be over the top of you as well.
Yep.
Yeah. And that Watford game is a catch-up game too. It's like it's just tough. Like, there's so much going on. Like, and our schedule is tight now. It is tight. We have an extra game coming into Easter. And like Aaron said, we have injuries. The team, but conversely, also Aaron said, and he's right, we always finish the season off strong. We have every year. So isn't it fun to watch football?
Yeah, I say that, but everyone chasing the playoffs will finish the season strong, because that's the reason they're chasing the playoffs.
Some people sit to that though. Preston
some of them will, granted, but there'll be some that won't. That's the thing.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah,
we don't want to be too sensible here though. Let's get out there, guys. Yeah, we're going to win home, Aaron. We're going to win home. 11 games, 33 points.
I think last year we won 8 on the trot, finish out the season
in a pub league. Yeah.
Hey, you had to do it. Hey, we had a bunch of old geezers on the pitch.
Yeah, I tell you, it's a pub league, honestly.
Well, we win the last 11. That'll be 14 games straight to win out the season, Aaron.
We won 11. We'll be in automatic talk, but I don't think we're going to win 11.
We'll be, actually, if you did, okay, so there you go. There's a really crazy out there comment. If you did actually win home, you probably do get auto promotion.
Yeah, at the least, we'd be fighting that last game against Middlesbrough. The finish of the season could be the game 4 second. Right. But I don't think that's realistic. We will drop points for sure.
But
this league's too
good. I do think that last game of the season, Middlesbrough will be playing to get into the auto promotion with Ipswich. I think they will be neck and neck all the way home.
Yeah, but my thing is looking at it, I think we could drop 3 or 4. We could lose 3 or 4 games and still probably be fine. I don't think it, you know what I mean? It just with the advantage we got. It'll be close. It just depends on what Southampton do. I mean, that would be the thing. But I
well, and what Hull does, and what Midfield does. Just remember,
right? Yeah, I mean exactly. I mean, those teams, who knows what's going to happen with them? Yeah. So,
I think that's a massive game tomorrow. Hull v Midfield.
Yeah, it is massive. That's a big one.
Big one. 11 games left, is it?
11. For us, yep. For all of us, yep.
Yeah. 33 points.
Hey?
33 points still to play for.
Yeah.
That's right, mate. Exactly. That's a lot
long way to go.
Yeah.
We're going to have to wait at least 2 weeks before we can say with any sort of certainty that John can't make the playoffs.
Yeah.
That's probably not true.
Well, if he loses tomorrow to Charlton, it doesn't help. It definitely doesn't help.
Head to Nathan Jones, and Nathan Jones doing okay. Yeah, there you go. How do you beat Charlton? Like, there's a team that's going to sit back, try and absorb pressure. How are you going to beat them?
You got to score 2 goals. That's what you got to do.
Got to score 2 goals. Yeah, they can't score more than 1 goal. I'll be honest. It depends what they do against us. If they do a Millwall and sort of try and thug us and step on us and get in our faces and sort of play aggressive, I think we'll have a really tough game. I think, like you, Ken, I think they might sit back and try and soak up the pressure, which, to be honest, will suit us because we're a bit of a flat track bully. Against lesser teams who sit back, we're just better, and we've got better attacking players. So if they do that, I think we'll beat them. Yeah, it depends. I mean, the thing is that they're also under pressure to get a result. It's not like they can go out with a free hit attitude. They know that they will look at it and probably say, do you know what? Even we're at home, a point against Blues is not a bad result. So
I was going to say the same thing. A point for them right now is enough.
Yeah, they might look at which is a dangerous attitude to have, especially going into a game where the thing is with us. I think we'll go out there all guns blazing because I think we know we need to really win that game. So I wouldn't be surprised if we sort of go out like we did against Norwich in the first 20 minutes and absolutely blitz them and see if we can just win the game in the first 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I think 45 points is probably enough to avoid relegation. They're on 41 with 11 games to go. Like, no matter what happens with West Brom, 35 is in the relegation zone after tomorrow because Oxford's only on 35. So they're sort of thinking we've got to get 4 more points out of our last 11 games, a few draws here and there, and we're safe.
Yeah. I don't think they'll feel good till they get over 50, though. They won't feel happy until they're over 50.
I think they've also got a game against Sheffield Wednesday, which seems to be an automatic 3 points as well. So
should be.
Actually, if any team isn't going to beat Sheffield Wednesday, Charlton's that team. Because they struggle to score goals and they're not clinical at the net. So yeah. That's for me.
They really aren't very good.
That could be Sheffield Wednesday's second win of the season.
That'd make me happy.
Which, when I say that, automatically it makes me wonder even more why John can't tip Birmingham to beat Charlton.
Because I think you're all probably going to tip us to win or Charlton to win. I don't think anyone would have tipped the draw.
I tipped no. Well, what happened was, I'll tell you what happened. Just so you know, I was very disappointed because I tipped a draw, Paddy tipped a draw, and you tipped a draw.
Oh, right, okay.
Harry or AI and Aaron are the only two people, if you want to call AI a person, that have faith in Birmingham.
So Aaron might make some points on me with that one, whereas you and Paddy won't.
That's right.
So I guess you hope you'll make points, don't you?
Sorry?
You hope you'll make points on you now, don't you? You want Birmingham to win.
Oh, obviously. Yes, absolutely.
How far ahead are you now? I haven't even checked. How much do I got to make up here?
Okay, I'll tell you. John is on 193 points.
Sounds
Aaron, you're on 180. You're 13 points behind him, which is not a lot. And I'm 4 points behind him, and Paddy's 11 points behind him. And no matter what happens now, I know I said at the start of the season, anyone but Paddy. I'm starting to feel anyone but Paddy and John right now.
It was a lot more fun when John was at the bottom of the table.
It was.
To be fair, I just gave you a 3-month head start, and you still messed it up.
That's what Paddy. You know what? That's what Paddy did to us last year, though, wasn't he? Didn't he give us a big head start and then just at the end just cruised it?
Yep. 55 minutes. John said he's winning it. Clip that up. Remember it because it ain't over. There's 11 games. There's 33 points.
Yeah, it ain't over. There's 33 points.
Exactly. See?
God, I had fun, boys. I had fun. Aaron, that was a great breakdown of us v Chelsea.
Yeah.
I'm super excited for it. I just think it's going to be a great spectacle. The place is going to be absolutely rocking. I'm going to be interested to see the noise out of the Chelsea fans tomorrow.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure.
Are they going to sort of get their chant up? Yeah, because
they only have one, don't they?
Yeah,
I
well,
don't know. No idea. What is it?
Yeah. Chelsea, 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 Chelsea. That's all you'll hear all game. One chant.
yeah.
I just want to. I kind of hope we win, just so I can tune into Talk Sport and hear people give Jason Cundy hell, because that'll be fun.
I've got one more topic for us.
Uh-oh.
I've been going pretty hard in the Discord about the change to the playoffs.
Okay.
Going from 6 to 8. Now, I came out in agreement with Kelly Davidson on the Discord that I don't like the idea of rewarding mediocrity. Like, there's already a quarter of the league that gets into the playoffs. Now, I probably still stand by that, but then I did see Simon Jordan's comments on TalkSport, who I don't often agree with, but he made a very good argument for a top 8. Now, the thing is, in America, everybody seems to be able to make the playoffs. You just got to play the season and you're in the playoffs. There's like a playoff for this and a playoff for that.
Yeah, just about half the league, no matter what league it is, about half the league gets in, it seems like.
And I'm not of that ilk. I think that, and then Josh even said it in his show. So would you be happy as a Birmingham or Wrexham fan finishing 7th or 8th and not making the playoffs? My answer to that is yes, I would be. I'm fine with it. But John, your thoughts?
I think we discussed it on Champ Chat many months ago. I was against it then. I'm still against it now. I very much like you, Ken. I don't like the fact that it's a rewarding mediocrity, averageness. I saw a stat the other day where somebody posted it was something like the 7th and 8th place teams in the last 4 or 5 seasons of the championship have finished closer to the bottom 3 than they have the top 3.
Mm-hmm.
So all of a sudden you are now opening the door for those teams to have a shot at the big time, when actually they're closer to relegation to League One than they are promotion to the Premier League. It's money. Let's not kid ourselves here. This is nothing to do with competitiveness of the league. It's nothing to do with, the playoffs needing a revamp. It's a money grab to try and spin more money out of the playoffs at the end of the season. Nothing more than that.
So to that point, is that a bad thing? Like, to get the clubs more money?
No, well, the clubs will say no. As fans,
yeah.
Do we really care? I mean, the playoffs are the playoffs. They're just now. It's like 7th v 8th one-off game. Then it's like, come on, the playoffs have been the playoffs for a very long time, very successful. Why change it?
Okay, but I mean, there were people saying that same thing when they brought the playoffs in, right? I mean, I guarantee there were people making the argument, why are we rewarding mediocrity? When we should just send the top 3 up. And that would be the argument. You know what I mean? So you're already rewarding mediocrity. To me, you already are.
Yeah, but
so
where do you
expanding it, for me, I think expanding it, I'm very much on the fence. Like, it wouldn't bother me if it stayed the same, but also it doesn't bother me that it's getting changed. Like, it's just another game to watch, And here's the thing, and I will say this, I think this is a good argument. So I think if you look at it from the perspective of, okay, there's a lot of like right now, if we look at the playoffs, the playoff hunt, okay, you look down, you get to around 14th, 15th, 16th, they're on 47, 46 points, Norwich on 45. They're going to be on a great run, but they're probably not making up 12 points, at the end of the season. It's going to be tough. But they could make it up, they could get to 50, they could catch Derby. They're only 6 points behind Derby. You know what I mean? That's the wild thing right now. Derby's in 8th currently. So I think it just brings the whole table into a more, like, I think what you're going to get is towards the end of the season. Whereas generally, right now, we get towards the end of the season, there's probably going to be 5 or 6 teams that are on the beach that are last handful of games aren't playing for nothing. There always is.
Doesn't happen.
There always
anymore.
is. Yeah,
Not
sure
in the
there
championship.
is.
Not
sure there is.
Last couple of weeks, last couple of games, yes. There hasn't been. Somebody did it the other day. Said, you go back 5 seasons. Yeah, there was a fair few dead rubbers towards the end of the season. Hasn't happened in the last 5 seasons of the championship because it's all been so condensed in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is still to play, and the relegation's gone to like the last game of the season, last couple of seasons. So I don't buy the dead.
To your point, tonight's game, Oxford v Derby. There was no one at that stand, and Derby.
Not Derby, but Preston.
Sorry, Preston. And Preston are on 49 points. Yeah, Oxford v Preston. And there's no one at that stand at Preston. Like, it was, again, 20% full. It was terrible. And I'm thinking, 8 points off the playoffs. How are you not? Okay, so that's, to me, the club's marketing team's fault to not get enough fan engagement, get the people to turn up and watch that game.
But to that point, if 8th gets you in the playoff spot, they're what, 2 points off?
Yeah, but are they not in the playoff chat now?
I mean, sure they are, but that's a hell of a lot of points to make up, and they're on a bad run, and people are turned off. But if you're only 2 points out, people are showing up.
I think the other thing is it's a bit of a rabbit hole you're going down there because shall we say the further north you go, cost of living is a little bit harder. Friday night live on TV, Preston, they're not particularly a heavy supported club, never have been, to be honest.
So what would a ticket be worth there, John? Like, to go, if you want to go and buy a ticket?
I bet you it's probably 30 quid a ticket, something like that.
So the marketing team, why not make the ticket 20 quid?
Because they English ownership don't do that, mate. They'd rather have a 20% ground full with X amount of price than they would 100% a cheaper price. Don't ask me why. That's the way that football's been done.
I know you're not sort of defending it, but you're giving the reason. Yeah.
I mean, that's the problem. I mean, there's many contributing factors. It's Preston up north. Times are hard up north. It's a Friday night. They haven't been particularly on a great run, but also, I'm sure ticket prices wouldn't have been great. And if you look through the attendances of Preston for the last 5 seasons, they'll turn up for big games, but would that have been would Oxford at home qualify as it?
No. But like you said, there's a team that's fighting to get out of relegation. So you knew they were going to be up for the game. So you'd think it's going to be a pretty good game. So I just go, yeah. And let's have a look here. So I'm bringing up the results. Where are we? Fixtures. We go back and we go Preston v Oxford. I love this. Now it bloody disappears when you try and find it. Preston v Oxford. And I'm trying to see if I can bring up the attendance. So capacity attendance. Capacity 23,000, 14. So it was half full. It was just over half full. There was 14,000 people there.
And that's if they might have counted season tickets, even though they might not have turned up. So
there wasn't 14,000 people there, I promise you.
There you go.
It was not half full.
Yeah.
But that's I would say 14,000 is about average for what I would expect Preston for a home game.
Okay. So, yeah, I guess, and that takes me back to the whole premise of this question was around that 6 in the playoffs versus 8 in the playoffs. And I know Paddy put some stats in the Discord around, percentages of chances to win. But you literally go from 25% of the league being either auto-promoted or in the playoffs to 33% of the league being either auto-promoted or in the playoffs. But then I think to myself, well, if a club makes an extra $500,000 or $1 million out of those extra couple of games, that's a lot of money. But then I'm going back and forth off each shoulder here because I'm going, well, how long can the season be?
Here's I think in 5 years, and everybody will enjoy it. Nobody will care. You know what I
Probably
mean? I think that it'll just be it's normal now, and nobody will care. Like, it's not going to be something where everybody's going to still be like, "This is terrible. Why are they letting 8 teams in?" Even John, Grumpy John, the blue bastard, he won't be complaining about it in 5 years.
Oh, I will.
I mean, you know,
Yeah,
maybe if you know
English people just
if they finish 9th, he might be like, "Well, they could let 10 in." You know, come on, what the hell?
I just have a real issue with a team, even if it was Blues that finished 8th and got in the playoffs, wouldn't deserve, for me, don't deserve a shot at getting in the Premier League, because you can, you know, how many games is it? 3 games, 4 games, whatever it is to win,
you'll be sudden death, then you'll be home and away. So that's
and then the
3,
final.
5. It'll be 5.
Yeah. So
It'll be
yeah,
5
maybe
games.
it's hard to get lucky over 5 games, but I think that the Premier League said it all, didn't they, when they released their statement saying that they're concerned about the competitiveness of it, because obviously they're worried that, hey, you know, they want teams coming up and competing, and they obviously, you know, they got a product to sell. They don't want an 8th place team to somehow jam their way into the Premier League and then go down on 10 points and beat Derby's record because they're just absolutely god awful in the Premier League. That doesn't do anyone any favours, apart from the club who got promoted and just pocketed 150 odd million quid or whatever it is.
Interesting
But it,
the
I
chat
just
going here. And I love the fact that Kelly Davidson is ripping into Aaron. So there, Aaron, we care now, and that's all that matters. It's your fault, Aaron. You tell him, Kelly.
I think I would tell the Premier League to shove one, because they've literally been playing this game where they bring 3 teams up and then they send those same 3 teams back down the past fuck whatever it's been 5 years, it seems like. Granted, this year Sunderland and maybe Leeds if they're going to kick that trend, but it's been a trend where it's already been happening anyway. So what's it matter? And I don't know. I think usually there's a couple teams that are close. It's not like 8th is going to be 10 points off of 6th. You know what I mean? That just generally, I think if you, I've not done it, but I would assume if you looked at the tables from the last several years, they're not going to be that far off. Now they may be way off the top, like they may be 20 points, 25 points off of autos. But I mean, let's be honest. Last year, 6th place was what 68 points. So I mean, they were
first and
miles off
second is
too.
like 100.
Yeah. Yeah. And what happened in that game?
Well, they got red card that's the problem.
They got absolutely battered.
After they got a red card, that's not a fair assessment.
I think the issue is like I said earlier, the 6th place team has just been, a chasm away from 3rd and 4th. So you're gonna ask a sort of a team in 7th or 8th, which are, over the league table doesn't lower over a 46th game. They, if they're 30 odd points behind 3rd and 4th, they are genuinely 30 points worse of a team behind those guys.
Okay, John. And I'm sort of on the fence. I'm probably slightly leaning towards only a top 6. But in counter to your argument, Southampton currently in 7th. Would you say how much worse are they than Millwall?
Well, if they finish 7th, then they are, aren't they? The league table don't lie. If you can't do it over 46 games in a season, then you've got no excuses left.
I mean, I think you could make the argument though.
Hearing your point.
I think I mean, how strong could the playoffs be if you had a team like Norwich, who are flying right now, make it to 8th, and get in, go on a great run, and that's a good team. That was a team that was probably in a false position all season long.
But this is what I say about the argument. It's flawed. People sort of say, people said this about when the playoffs were extended to 6, blah, 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 about the competitors. Well, if that's the reason, just extend the playoffs to 20th then.
Well, that'll be like the NFL.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. If that's the argument, we'll just extend it to 20th. Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
My thing is, I just don't. I'm not that asked about it. I don't think it's that big a deal. Like I said, it wouldn't bother me one bit if they hadn't approved it and it just stayed like it was. But also, I'm not Right, I'm getting heat for being a Swayze hater. I'm sorry, Patrick
I love
Swayze.
this. I love this. I was literally about to read it out. I think this is great. The only reason he's a Swayze hater is because he can't dance like Patrick Swayze.
Hey, Patrick Swayze ain't got nothing on me. Okay, I'll tell you that.
Hang on, mate. We've seen you try and kick a goal. I think Patrick Swayze's got a fair bit on you.
He ain't got nothing. Well, for one, he's dead. Okay, so I got that on him.
Oh.
All right. For two,
there's a belt and you just went below it, mate.
dude, that was probably dirty, wasn't it? Hopefully his mom's not watching or something.
Almost dirty dancing right there.
That was dirty. That was a bit dirty.
But
My bad. My apologies, Patrick Swayze and all his fans. I'm sorry.
I think the whole argument, I could be on board if it was a footballing decision. That's the thing I go back to. The thing is, this decision hasn't been made for the better of a footballing reason. It's been made for a financial reason, nothing more. And that's why I have an issue with it.
Yeah, sure. And fair call. And then I go on that argument. I go, well, if you're a team that's struggling for money and you're going to get an extra £500,000, that's a good thing.
Yeah, but £500,000 ain't going to do nothing, is it?
Well, send me £500,000. I'll show you what I can do with it.
It's better than kicking the nuts. Better than kicking the nuts. I can tell you that.
But it's not going to do anything for a team chasing a top six. An extra £500,000 doesn't even pay the wage bill for probably 2 weeks.
Okay. Been a good conversation though. I like it.
Yeah, it's
boys,
it's an interesting one. Like I said, I still don't. I think 5 years from now, nobody will care. It'll be fun. Everybody will enjoy it, and it'll be fun.
Well, I definitely want to thank John for coming in, having a beer, and adding to the argument. It's been very interesting. I also think he's a pussy because he hasn't tipped his team to win, but that's just me. Then, if you want to go back through the year and look how many times I didn't tip Wrexham to win, but that's not what this is about now. Thanks, Aaron, for a great tactical breakdown. I'm going to be very, very interesting to see our midfield lineup tonight and our wingers. I think, well, and our forwards for that matter. I think the back three and AO are all going to start. Other than that, I don't think there's any certainties in tonight's lineup, in my opinion. So,
what was that? I missed. I
don't think there's going to be any certainties besides AO, Heim, Clearworth, and Doyle. Beyond that, our lineup could be any number of things from there forward.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what formation we go with. Whether it's like a 5-3-2 or if we stick with the 3-4-2-1 or 3-4-3, whatever you want to call it. It could be anything. We could do something.
And when we beat Chelsea 4-3 in a penalty shootout, and we're all losing our mind, and then figuring out how we're going to play 38 games for the rest of the season because we're going to make it all the way through the final. So I'm living in fantasy world right now. Yeah, who knows? I think it's been great. I think it's going to be interesting. Boys, I'll give you any last words before we get out of here.
I've got nothing.
There we go. What an oracle. John.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to say up the Chelsea, but I'd be lying, to be honest. I'd like to see you guys beat them because, hey, everyone wants to see a Premier League side fall flat on the face, don't they?
I know it. That's, to be honest, he wants to see us win, so we got to remove those 2 games in Easter and screw our league chances up. That's what he's after. I know your tricks. Dirty tricks.
If you want my honest opinion, if you lost 6-0, I'd love it because you'd be like, manic depressed. So that'll be funny. The gifts would be incoming.
So either way, John wins. So there we go. Except he can't back his team. So on that bombshell, guys, hang on. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe, do all those good things. We will do game day build-up. We will do the watch-along. There will be extra time. It will all be happening. And by the time we're doing it, we will know a whole heap of results in the championship, which we'll be able to talk about. So can't wait to see you all tomorrow on that bombshell. We will see you all again soon.